Yeah. Learn how I can do this for hours. Sit and talk to you for hours.
What's up? I heard the car door sound.
Ain't no package out there. That don't say deliver at 247.
I threw it back on the porch. Oh.
My baby bro got his shoes.
Let me see his new shoes you bought him.
New shoes.
How many pairs you bought him?
2.
Oh shit! You wanna go out there? Let's go give it to him right quick.
I got 1.
Let me see his slippers, bro. Now you got an order at the door for her brother. Let me see it.
Alright. Those are the first ones you already seen. Those. Hold that. I got a SIM card to his phone in it too because he needs one.
Oh, Papa got the new Nikes. Now you bought him.
Alright, now let me see if I can find the other one.
Oh, nah, that dope. I like that. He got a big.
Wanted some slippers.
My son got a big foot, so you know what that means. And his little SIM
The other one's
card.
by Nike too now.
Oh, okay, you love your brother, girl. I know that's right. Tell him, girl. I love my brother. Me and my brother, we stick together, no other. All right, I like that. I like that.
There go the other kicks.
Ooh, he gonna love these. Yeah, Papa got a big foot.
He do.
Yeah,
But that's his size, my guy.
He said you got him 2 pairs. He said hi.
So,
Yeah, $40 for a pair of slippers. You tripping? Anyway, she got 2 pairs of shoes for her brother slippers. You love your brother. God damn.
give me out. Let me record it right quick.
Oh, we got to drop this off to him.
That man got a big old foot, my guy. Are you good?
Hey, I love those. Papa gonna love that.
She gonna like those.
Is she on? Ah, shit, I bumped into the fucking chair. Hey, Bookie. Oh, there you go. Oh, I got some white stuff on my face. That's probably that damn Eco Gel. Now you always think it's out her brother. That lash right there leaning a little bit. You see it? It's leaning. I can do this for hours. Ooh, somebody coming through with some gifts. Thank you, Nate. You know what I'm saying? Let me show y'all what I bought Syasia today. Oh my God, yo. It's not time for it yet, but I'm gonna show you what I got Syasia. You know I love my damn babies. Y'all know I love my kids to death, do us part. Let me show you what I got Syasia. Hold on. Alright, my video hasn't uploaded yet, but let me show y'all what I bought my baby. Oh my God, I'm so in love right now. Hold on.
They couldn't hear me on the video.
Look what I got, Syasia! Look, y'all. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's like almost brand new. I bought it today at Goodwill for $25. I'm gonna wipe it down, clean and everything. But look at it! I love it. So when it's time for her to start walking, she'll have it. So I got this for Syasia. It is beautiful. I some batteries in it. You gotta put some batteries in it. Let's see what kind of size batteries it takes.
Well, why you sound like that in the background?
Oh, this probably come up for the batteries. I gotta see what size batteries my baby thing take, so I can get the batteries for it. Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, this probably come up for the batteries. I gotta see what size batteries my baby thing take, so I can get the batteries for it. Yeah, it's beautiful. I don't want to tear it, but it got like a sound on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it down later. Oh, I love it! I love it! I love it! Goodwill, y'all, shopping Goodwill. I tell you, they got some reasonable stuff. $25, y'all, for this, for Syasia. It's so beautiful. Let me show you what else I got for the other kids. For the other kids, I got this. Hold on. For the other kids, they have a Roku TV. I bought it for them. On sale. Just got delivered to my house today. For the big kids when they come home. And of course my video is about to upload it what I got myself and Syasia as well. Y'all will see the video clip when it comes up, the upload. I'm not going to show you that because I'm going to spoil the YouTube video. But in the YouTube video, I went shopping today. And I got some things for myself, of course. And I got something for Syasia that y'all gonna be like, oh, that is so cute. But I basically was just out handling things for my children. And I laid my eyes on that dang on walker right there. I was like, oh my God, I got to get that walker. Because the one that she had, it's dirty. I'm tossing it in the trash. I love my kids now. I love my damn kids. That walker, y'all fall in love with it. So when Syasia start about to get ready to walk, or she about to start sitting up, I'm going to sit her little butt right up in there. I got to get her a swing, but Mama said don't worry about it. She's going to get us a swing. I mean, she's going to give me the swing that she got once the baby come home that don't buy no more swings. So I was looking for a swing. And Mama said don't worry about it, so I'm not going to worry about it. So I got their little TV. They got their phones. All of them got phones. All of them got phones. Because Kira got her phone at her daddy's house. Kai got her phone at her daddy's house. Leah got her phone at her daddy's house that I bought. So them girls got their phones, so they'll bring their phones back. But the boys, they all got new phones. So everybody in the house got phones. Nana got a phone because Nana's phone is at Mama's house. So when Nana come back, her phone coming. So everybody got phones in the house, and I got a TV for them. I don't want to hear nothing. Everybody set. And they got their Halloween candy right there on top of the refrigerator, waiting on them when they get here. So God is good. Everything's turning around in my favor, and everything is working well, and everything is going great. And I thank God for the blessings that He have sent our way, and things that have crossed our paths for the last couple of nights. I have been praying a lot more and asking the Lord to watch over me and my children, because the incident that happened the other night could have been death call for anybody in this household. So I thank the Lord that He saved, that my children were not here at the time of the incident. So I just still think about my children from the night of that night, what happened or whatever. And that they are safe and they're not here at the time the incident happened. So I love my kids to death, do us part, and I'm willing to do whatever I can to fight for them. And still thinking about the other night and just thinking about life itself and trying to get everything organized. You know, it takes a little bit of time to do everything. It takes time to actually say I can get out here and work. I filled out an application out at a couple places earlier as I've spoken with the caseworker. So I'm just going to think about just trying to do things a little bit different when the kids come back, and just know that you know, I'm the mother. I have to be here to protect them regardless of any situation or whatever. That everything works out real good and that the kids will be home soon. So that's a good thing to know. And that's wonderful to know, because you know, at the end of the day, like I say to anybody, and I say to her, like, I hold myself accountable for some of the things in my life that I have been through, and I hold myself accountable for some things with my children. But a mom needs a break every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to get away, and we have to get out, and we have to find something to do or get ourselves into something, because we are moms and we get overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. I'm just human. So it's just like I said, when I get aggravated, I get stressed out, I don't take it out on my children. I just walk away, or I yell or scream, or just shut my room door, or just leave or something. But thanking God for everything. I just can't really say what I want to say on my live because people take things back the wrong way and be saying certain things that they're not supposed to be saying. But what I really want to say, I'm not going to say it, but I just thank the Lord for my children being alive. And personally, me and Naya at this point of our life, because a bullet don't have a name on it. And that's what I want to address. A bullet don't have a name on it. So thank the Lord we still here. And my children are too.
That's where that gum up. Swallowing all.
Damn. All right, Nana. I ain't giving that no gum yesterday because I think she wanted some gum too. She went to the candy machine and picked out $1.75 worth of candy. I said, girl, get whatever you want on the machine. I got a couple dollars.
Oh.
Yeah, God is good. He is, you know. He is really good. It's days that I wake up and just feel like a dream that the other night. Just feel like a dream to me. Like it just didn't seem like it was real. So I'm living in a world of a damn crazy world right now. It's just all crazy. It's like you wake up out of a dream or something and it just don't seem real every time I look back at the situation. Like, damn, this shit don't seem real, but hell, you gotta live every day like it's your last and thank the Lord to be alive each and every day that you awake on this earth and that you're walking and talking and moving around, because you never know when your last day on earth. You have to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? It's like people getting guns in their hands and using them to the best they can use them. You know what I'm saying? They're not thinking about nobody else's life. It's like your life is in somebody else's hand when somebody got a gun in front of you, because guess what? They taking your life away from you when they still got life in their body and they could just go to jail and sit in jail and rotten. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference between killing someone and someone just being alive still and sitting up in jail behind bars and still eating, talking, and laughing and walking after they don't murder somebody or shot somebody. You know what I'm saying? So people have guns for unnecessary ass reasons to me. And I feel like if I needed a gun that bad, then I can go and get one. You know, I have money, I can get one, but it ain't worth buying no gun and know I got little kids in the household. I can't do that. So if I had a gun, I would have to keep it locked in a lockbox. That's all I know, because I wouldn't want my kids to get a hold of no weapon that I have and go and play with it. So that's the reason why I don't have a gun. I don't need none either, because I probably would use it. Shoot. Yeah, Naya told me about that school shooting yesterday when I was at the hospital with my babies yesterday, and she was telling me about it. I want to know if the boy somebody was bullying him or something was wrong. It had to have been something that happened for him to do that. You're a Temple? You don't like guns either? I don't blame you. But it's something that had to happen. Ain't no way in the world that boy just went there and shoot the school up. Something that made him mad, something that triggered him or something. But that was crazy, because what I told Mama yesterday in the waiting room, I said this to her. I said, let me tell you something what they do about the school shooting. What they do is, y'all can agree or not agree. What they do is, once somebody shoot up a school, they'll have it on the news and address who died and what happened. And after that, they let it die down. After it die down, they don't pay it no attention no more. They don't bring it up no more. Nobody don't talk about it that much or nothing like that. And then another school shooting will happen. So it's like they're not doing anything about these school shootings. They're not putting more alarms on the doors. They're not securing these kids. They're not, like, how can a person get into school with a loaded gun? Where is security? Like, they need to have more police in these schoolhouses. They need to have more security on them doors. They need to do more than just talk about the incident that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, they be like, oh, well, the school shooting went on at such and such and da-da-da-da-da. Where's all the security? Like, they don't have security. Once the shit happened, it dies down, then another school shooting go on, and then it goes on and on and on. Like, it's not going to stop nobody from getting into school. Like, what is going on? They need massive security on these doors. They need massive security in the school. Because I don't never want to get a phone call from the schoolhouse saying my child done got shot and killed. Because I'm coming to the school, I'm going to blow that bitch up myself with every might I have. Like, because nobody want to hear the phone call that their child not going to make it back home. Or their child are dead. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why a lot of these schools are not safe. And a lot of parents are keeping their kids home and do homeschooling. But let me tell you something. Ain't no way safe. Ain't no way safe. Ain't no matter where you go, it's nowhere safe. It's like the world is coming to an end faster than what I think. Because every time I think about a school shooting, I think about my kids. Like, damn, my kids are not home with me. They're with their father. They're going to a different school. And I'm hoping and praying that that school, is protecting those children in that school. But ain't no way safe. It's nowhere safe. And no matter where you go, the school, the bank, the church, Like the boy did the mascot and shoot up the church and sat back in the church. Like what? Like nowhere is safe. The church, the school, your home not even safe. I'm a living proof to that. My home not even safe. So like, what makes me think the world out here is safe? Ain't no way safe. I don't give a damn when nobody's safe. Ain't nowhere safe. Home is the best place to be, but you ain't safe in your own home either. To think about it, you're not. You're not. To be honest, you ain't safe at home. No matter where you go, how you go, and how crazy this world can be. It's like the older I get, the wiser I get, and I think about life on a whole nother aspect because I'm living for the sake of my children. Because me personally, my life has been done a long time ago. I'm living for them, like showing them the way of life. Because if anything happened to me, at least the things that I taught them, they can take it along with them as they get older through life and go out through this world alone. Because they got to go out in this world alone by themselves. So I'm holding their hands throughout everything. Even through the situation I'm going through with CPS, I'm still holding my kids' hand and holding on to their life for them because of the fact that they go, I'm their mother, I'm their protector. You see what I'm saying? But when they go out there in that real world and they go out there and realize, like, the world is really what mama say. It's not nobody you can trust. It's not nobody who you can turn to if it ain't your mother or your father, especially if you trust your mother and your father. You know what I'm saying? So they learn from you. And that's the thing I try to teach my children, that mama gonna always be here regardless of the situation of what is going on with CPS. I'm y'all protector. I'm here to protect y'all to the day I die. And when I'm gone, everything that I taught y'all, don't forget about what I taught y'all. Take it on to the next generation. That's what I be telling my kids. And a real mother understands that, and a real mother knows that's true. Like, you know, like deep down inside of my heart to this day, I love my kids to death, and I will do whatever I can to fight for my children. Like sitting in the hospital for 10 hours yesterday, that was my job, to be there with my baby the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't going to leave her side. I was going to stay right there until I knew exactly what was going on and knew everything was okay. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, y'all, it just so much, like Ron Way say, pain build up deep inside. You know, you don't know how to control it. You don't know how to talk to someone about it. And you linger to social media thinking it's easier to linger to them to talk to someone about your situation, but it makes your situation worse. Because I'm a living proof of that, because I'm sitting in this situation right now because CPS has my children. So that's the difference between me lingering to social media now. Now I have to linger on social media just a bit much to focus on me and my children and not focus on what I'm trying to get off my chest to the world, because the world don't understand what you're going through inside or out, because they're on the outside trying to look in, and that's the difference. So, you know, I just basically just do what I need to do, you know, as a mother, because like I told the caseworker, I didn't have a mother. I had a grandmother. And it's hard being raised by a grandmother, because the grandmother more stricter and the mama is more easier. Like, they lay back. And me personally, I'm getting into that strict mode. I got an 18-year-old daughter sitting at the table right now. She know how strict I was when she was growing up. I got zero tolerance for certain things. But, you know, like, if you curse out loud or whatever, okay, that's one strike. That's fine. You 18 years old, you can cuss. But, you know, not around me. But we having fun, that's a difference. And people try to tell you how to raise your own children. How can you tell somebody how to raise their own children if you didn't push them out? If you didn't push them out, you didn't have them. You see what I'm saying? So I don't understand how people do that. Like, oh, well, she need to do better care of her daughter here. How you gonna tell me what I should and should not do with my child? Like I had that child. You didn't have that child. I laid out on my back and pushed that child out, and I laid on my back to have that child. How you gonna tell me what I should and should not do with my own flesh and blood that I gave life to, that you didn't give life to, that you on the outside trying to look in and see what I got going on to make me feel like I'm a bad mother? No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way the world looks to me right now. It looks like to me that the world is against me. They're not with me. But I got some people that are with me and some that are in my corner, but you can't trust nobody. Put a bullet in your body. That you can't trust nobody. It's hard to trust anybody. It's hard to say you love someone if you don't love someone. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to say I can hold your name down in the street if somebody got your name out there. Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at a mother who's a mother, like 100% a mother, a real mother. You know what I'm saying? But it's just hard to say how you can just be human. Like I still be puzzled about that word human too, because shit, we do all the things that I never thought I would never do in my life. Walk, talk, eat, sleep, none of that stuff. Why I say it like that is because I was abandoned, I was abused, I was neglected. I went through everything in my life as a child. You know what I'm saying? See my brother get raped and everything. So that's why I say I never thought I would ever see life. Life never felt so real. That's the name of my book. Life never felt so real to me. because of the fact that I was tormented, and I was being called names, and I was treated wrong, and I was, seeing things that I was supposed to be seeing as a child. And CPS wasn't around when we was growing up. So that's why my name of my book is Life Never Felt So Real. And it doesn't to this day still seem real, because my grandma dead and gone, and I got kids, and I didn't get the chance to enjoy my childhood life. I didn't get the chance to enjoy my teenage life, because I had so much stuff going on through my mind and my body because of all the things that I'm seeing behind closed doors inside of my household, that it took a total effect on me. You know what I'm saying? As me growing up in this world, it made it hard for me to adapt to the world, because I couldn't trust nobody. I didn't know what to do, how to do it, which way to turn. Like, I didn't have nobody to talk to. I didn't have nobody to lean on. Nowadays, people have the internet. They got cell phones. They got tablets. They got watches. They got everything to react with the world. Like, communication is everywhere now. No matter where you go, communication is everywhere. So now, the way the world is, if somebody get harmed or something happen or whatever, the internet gets to it fast. It blows up like that. So if it's something happening or something is going on, and a video get posted, and one person posted and it goes viral, the whole world knows what's going on. And that's amazing with technology now. Like, it's amazing like how the internet work now. So yeah, that shit was crazy. It was crazy. Like, growing up like that and seeing stuff like that, it was just crazy and nasty, and just my God, like, I don't even want to think about it. My grandma, God bless the dead, we used to go to her and tell her these things. Like, we used to tell her what we see. And being an older woman doesn't have nothing to do with what the situation that we seen. And my grandma just feel like, I guess she didn't want to get off the couch and go see what we were seeing. You know what I'm saying? Me and my sister. And it's traumatized to any child to see somebody getting raped in front of them. So, personally, honestly, I just felt disgusting. I felt nasty. I felt hurt. I felt like my brother felt, like when he just getting penetrated out of nowhere. You're young, and you're getting stuff done to your body that nobody cares about. Me and my brother used to rely on each other. We used to talk about the situation behind closed doors, and I'm like, how do you feel? Like, what is really going on through your mind after you've been raped so many times? Like, literally, he says to me, I'm gonna look in the camera when I say this. He says to me, he didn't do nothing wrong. Oh, hell, hold him on. What you say? He ain't did nothing wrong. I'm walking the fuck away, and I walk away. I was like, all right, whatever. I guess, when a person is being raped, you're not the one in the situation, so you wouldn't know how that person feels. Like, you wouldn't know what's really going through their mind. But when he said something like that, I thought about it like, did he get comfortable, or he just felt like it was right, or what? Like, I never got an explanation on what was really going on with him. But my brother had an addiction that drove him overboard. He started turning to alcohol, and alcohol takes over him a lot, and he drinks a lot, and he acts crazy. That's my brother. I love him to death. And I guess he turned to alcohol to ease his pain. And 9 times out of 10, when he drank a lot of alcohol, he starts to flip out and act crazy. So that's why the family tried to keep him away from them. Because I had my brother staying with me one time, and Naya was a baby. She was about 5-6 months, maybe 7 months, and she was in the swing. And he actually stayed at my house that night, and I let him stay at my house that night. And Naya daddy was there, and he started arguing. My brother started arguing with me out of nowhere, because I guess I kept telling him about turning the grease up high on the stove, and him cooking the meat raw. So why you eating bloody meat? Why you eating raw meat? Like, you acting like you whatever. So me and him got in an argument. He got mad and pushed Naya out the swing. Naya daddy jumped on top of him and dragged him out of the house. Like, you're not gonna come in here and do all that. My brother was drunk. So we was in there, and I tried to give him a place to stay. He stole from me. I got home one night. Everything was flipped over in my house. My couch and everything. All my money was gone that I just got from welfare when it was young. Naya and Papa. Just got my welfare check in the mail and cashing them. Took my wallet in the house and left my money in the house. So I went to the shop with Naya dad that day so he could fix the car. Get home. Somebody said, I seen your brother coming out your house. I was like, what? So when I went there, and Naya daddy went, because he had a loaded gun. He went up in there and walked through before I went in. He was like, well, he done tore up the whole house. My brother robbed me. So I was like, I can't trust my own family. I can't trust my brother. I have nobody to lean on if it's not Mama, Naya, and and Hayward, of course, with the children wise. But I don't have nobody to say I can call my own. Like, I can trust, like, with family wise. So that's why I stay my distance away from family. Like, I don't go around them. Like, because nobody got time to be trying to be arguing and bittering over the past. The past is the past. Let's move forward. But everybody in my family, it's the crazy family. Because in my household, let me do a story time right quick. Because y'all like when I do story times. Listen to this carefully when I say this. Because a lot of people probably going through this now in their household. When I was a kid, growing up in my grandma's house, I always wanted to tell somebody about this. When I was growing up in my grandma's house, my Uncle Dury, my Uncle Kevin, that's their names. Uncle Dury, Uncle Kevin. Remember these names. Uncle Dury was the one that was raping my brother. Uncle Kevin was the one that was always fighting my brother. And my sister. And my aunties and his mama, which is my grandma. We can just be in the living room with the TV on. And we're watching TV. We're watching the BET Awards, whatever, me and my sister. My uncle comes out of nowhere, Kevin. He comes out of nowhere. Comes and turn the fucking TV to wrestling. And him and my sister got in an argument. Because my sister was like, well, why you turn the TV? You see me looking at BET Awards. My grandma in the bed, she hear everything going on, but she lays in the bed, she don't move. So my sister was like, so why you turn the TV? We looking at it. He's like, you need to shut up. She's like, I don't have to shut up. This our house. You got a house to go to. Like that, whatever. So he jump up at her. That's when I jump off the couch. And I stand up. Like, okay, if he going to run up, then he going to run up on both of us. Because he ain't about to run up on you. You know, like that. Because my grandma was in the bed. So my grandma said, what's going on around there? It was like, Uncle Kevin over here trying to act like he run the TV. Somebody, let the TV stay on. Let him watch his wrestling. She had these boys ruined, yo. She had both of her boys ruined. Them boys used to run her house and tell us what we should and should not do. We couldn't even goddamn get on the phone and make a phone call because they standing over us like they stupid and want to hear what we got going on. They want to get up there, oh, well, who you talking to? Like, damn, we in prison or something? Our house was called the Crazy House because the reason why I named it the Crazy House, I named that. I named my house the Crazy House. That's what I named my grandma's house. I said, my grandma's house is the Crazy House. You don't want to come to my house. My grandma crazy. They strict. And her sons are fool. So, I don't know if it was something in the blood with them boys. But them boys was so crazy. My Uncle Dury, he died in 98. And me and my brother, listen to this. We found a book. The book, the day my uncle died, we found a book in the barnyard outside. Is what we used to call the barnyard. We went outside and we found a book in the barnyard. In the book, it had, listen to what I'm about to say because it just still sucks down in here when I know he's dead and all, but it still hurts me in the inside. Inside of that book, when I opened that book, me and my brother stand there together. This was the second day that my uncle was dead. We didn't want to show my grandma because it was bad, but we did show it to her. In the book, he talked about his feelings for my brother and his significant lover or whatever. And me and my brother couldn't really read words like that, but we understand that he said he was emotional. Something like that. He was very young, but it was like he was emotional, but I know he was in love with my brother basically, and he felt affectional with my brother, and he felt like something. And we took the book to my grandma. I couldn't remember everything, but I know it had something to do with my brother. So even though we know he just died, we took the book to my grandma, and when we took it to my grandma, she looked at it and she dropped it. She dropped it on the floor, and we turned around, me and him look at each other, and we was like, why? We went back outside, and the bird shit on my brother's head coming down his face. And me and my brother was like, oh, that might be Uncle Dury trying to tell us something. But my grandma took the book. I don't know what she did with the book afterwards. When she dropped the book, we went back outside to go back out in the barnyard to go clean it. Because my grandma would make us go outside to the barnyard to clean the barnyard out. So what we had to do is we had to put our hand in worms, bugs, all kind of shit. So we was going through the barnyard, and we found it was a plate that was carved with my Uncle Kevin name and a lady named Teresa, and we took that to my grandma too as well. And now grandma was like, that was Kevin's first girlfriend. She died at Hillcrest School in Sumter. She died at the table. She had a seizure and she died at the school, and that was his first girlfriend. So when she told us about that story, I was like, wow, he had a girlfriend. So that probably what messed him up during the time that, you know, he was coming up in his younger days, and it probably drove him crazy. But my Uncle Dury and my Uncle Kevin, both of them were so crazy, they would want to fight anybody. So it was just hard for us to get about to die. It was so hard for us to get off the school bus to go home because we were afraid to go home. But where was CPS at that time when we needed them? They wasn't there. So it was a lot going on behind closed doors in our household that we couldn't talk to nobody about. No, my grandma didn't want to see it. But during that time that we went to the school, and I like I said on my live plenty of times, I told people that sometimes I blame myself for certain things in my life. But what I'm about to say now, it might be a little bit emotional to me, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I felt like enough was enough of dealing with the rape, of dealing with all the fights, of dealing with a lot, that I wanted to blow my own head off. Like I was tired, and I was done with life, period. Like I was just tired of it. So my grandma went to the back of the house one day, and when she went to the back of the house, in my mind, I was trying to find the pistol. I was trying to find the gun. I swear to God, on the Holy Bible, God can strike me dead. I was 16 at the time, and I was trying to find the gun. Lord forbid, I was about to kill myself because I did not want to be in that household no longer. I was tired of seeing everything. So I went to her closet and I searched and I searched and I looked. I couldn't find the guns nowhere. She had a rifle and she had a 38 caliber in her closet, and I knew where she kept it at. That's how I know when a lot of people go through what they go through in their households and things happen. I can relate to certain things because I've been a kid before and I've been through certain things in my life. So I went in the closet and tried to find the gun. I couldn't find it, and I heard her footsteps coming back down the hallway. And she was like, "Mika, where you at?" I ran out her room and ran into the bathroom. And that's when I was like, "I'm in the bathroom." And she went in her room. She's like, "Somebody just been in my room in my closet. And somebody been looking for something. You been in here?" I was like, "Oh, no, I ain't been in here." She said, "No, somebody been in here." She said, "I know somebody going my stuff." And I was like, "No, nobody been in there." And I went in the bathroom and I was sitting there crying on the toilet because I wanted to get rid of myself. I didn't want to be there anymore. I got tired of life. And then after that, I started realizing that I needed to go to the school and talk with someone. And what I did was I went to the school and I spoke with, I was in the classroom. I don't know. I went through a mental breakdown. I was in the classroom and I was just like this, banging on the desk. And I was like, "Lord, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't go home. I can't go home." And the teacher was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I was like, "My brother been raped. My brother been raped. My brother been raped." It was driving me crazy. I was in the classroom doing that. She was like, "What?" I was like, "My brother been raped. My brother been raped." She said, "Shanika, are you okay?" I said, "My brother was raped." She was like, "Okay, we got to get you down to the office because we need to get to the bottom of it." So they got me down to the office and they called my brother on the loudspeaker. When they called him on the loudspeaker, he came down to the office. And that's when they pulled the principal in and they pulled the social worker at the school in the office at the time. When they pulled them in there, that's when they set us down. And they said, the teacher was standing there like this. Miss Deborah was her name. She was standing, she was a white lady. She's very sweet. She was like, "Well, Shanika was just saying that her brother got raped." And she was banging on the desk and she was not focusing on her work for the last couple of days. So she stepped out the office, and that's when the principal kept questioning me. And my brother was like, "I don't know why you tell. I don't know why you tell. Grandma gonna kill us. I don't know why you tell." I said, "I don't care. I don't want to go home." I kept telling the principal that. He said, "Well, you're going to have to go home, and you're going to have to go home on the bus. What we do is we get the social workers out there and speak with your grandmother about this situation." I was like, "Oh, my God, if they go to that house before we get there, we're going to die." That's what I told my brother. I said, "So we might as well get ready to be dead." Because when we got home, they didn't get there yet. We made it there. My brother stripped butt naked down in the room because he was crying about something. I don't know what was wrong with him. He just took off his clothes out of nowhere and just been acting crazy and stuff. I said, "Boy, put your damn clothes on. What you doing?" He just started taking off his shirt and he started getting hid, like he was getting mad. Because when the social worker knocked on the door, it was a lady that I can remember. She said, "I'm from the social services, whatever." So she came in and my grandma was like, "Oh, what you here for?" And then that lady, we were standing there in the room listening. The lady was like, "We're here because she didn't say who name or she didn't say who said because she didn't want to get nobody whipped, I guess." She said, "Well, we got a report at the school that your brother they said my brother's name was being raped." And my grandma was like, "What? Ain't nobody being raped, nobody being touched on, or nothing going on in here. Y'all got the wrong house." She said, "Okay, can I see the kids?" That's what the social worker said. So the lady came around there. My grandma came around there and got us. And my grandma hold my arm like this and she pinched the hell out of it. She like, "You better not open your goddamn mouth about shit." I'm like, "What?" Like, as a kid, you can't say nothing. You a kid. My grandma pinched my arm one time. "Get your ass around there. Y'all better tell that lady ain't nothing happening here." So we get around there. We like just bobbling around there. We was like, the lady was like, "Can we see if y'all got any bruises?" So we hold our shirt up, hold up everything. I look at my brother, he look at me. And she was like, "Is anything going on? Is anything wrong?" We was like, and we was scared. Because my grandma had us like that. She had us mentally scared of her. So she was like, "All right, well, let me take a picture of y'all." So the lady took a picture of my grandma sitting in the chair and us sitting around her, me, my sister, and brother. And right after that lady leave, we got our ass tore up. We got our ass whipped. My grandma tore us up. She took everything off our bodies and whipped the shit out of us. And I'm telling you, One thing I learned about life itself. My kids ain't being neglected or abused. Me as a child, we couldn't talk. We couldn't say anything because we would have got our ass tore up. So, I'm going to whip us that day. We in there crying, yo. We boo-hoo crying. We ain't wanted to go to school the next day because we had bruises on our body. My grandma had a switch. My grandma ain't used her damn hand. She used a switch. The switch was about that long, and it had the little lynch on the stick. My grandma been tearing us up. We had webs on our back, on our arms, and she made sure we had long sleeve on before we went to school that day. And she double dared us to lift up our shirt. We was too afraid to tell anybody about what happened in our household. So we went to school that day, and Trenton was like, "Why did you tell? You shouldn't have tell. You shouldn't have tell." So grandma, right after that, she beat us. She was like, "Mika, I know you tell it. See, because you always running your mouth. You always saying something. Yeah, I know you tell it. You can't never shut up about nothing." I was like, I used to be the one in the household that get beat for every fucking thing. My sister can tell y'all. I used to get beat for everything in my grandma's household. The vacuum cleaner got broke one. The vacuum cleaner wasn't even broke, y'all. So I got home from school one day. I'm gonna stop talking to y'all so much. I guess y'all looking at Nika, shut up. But I got home from school one day, and my grandma said, "Go vacuum the floor." I said, "Okay, I will." So I went around there after I took off my book bag. I didn't get a chance to do my homework or eat supper or nothing. So I took off my book bag or whatever, and I went around there and I cranked up the vacuum cleaner. Oh my God. Only thing that happened was the fucking top of the damn vacuum cleaner hose came off the fucking hose, yo. My grandma came out of nowhere and WD-40 my ass. Like, what? Like, what did I do? And I said it to her. I said, "What did I do?" She said, "Oh, you talking back?" I said, "What did I do?" I was tired of being hit on. Like I was a piece of shit. I was tired of that. So the handle came off the vacuum cleaner, and then she was like, "So you break the vacuum cleaner?" I just paid for the vacuum cleaner. I said, "Grandma, it's not broke." I said, "It just got the handle you got to put back on it." She hit me again. And she pushed me into the table that time, and I went blank. Like, I was like, oh my God, yo. I'm just tired of the abuse. I'm just tired of dealing with it. You know, my grandma was abusive to me too as well, but she was still sweet at the same time. So I was back on the floor after I was done. She made me went outside in the laundry, outside to go cut grass by myself with the push mower outside all day. Cutting grass. You're like, why am I outside cutting grass? Because the damn vacuum cleaner hose came off and it can go back on. So I'm outside cutting grass and talking to myself. When I was done with that, she made me come in the house, take a bath. When I took a bath, she gave me a plate of food to eat. I was still hungry. I wanted more, but I didn't say anything because I was afraid of my grandma. I got in there. I went to bed. She got me up at 5:30 to spray for roaches in the house. I got up at 5:30. I had to spray for roaches. My brother and sister slept through it all, and then she got my brother up afterwards. So I got up, I sprayed for roaches, and then I had to stay up the whole time and had to go to school sleepy. So by the time 6:30, 7 o'clock comes, she would not let me go back to bed. I had to get dressed and get washed up and get out the house and walk to the end of the road to catch the bus. So by the time I got to school, I was just aggravated and stressed out. I was 16 years old and I didn't know what to do. And then when I get home from school, guess where my bed was at? The laundry room. I was sleeping in a laundry room on the floor between a wash machine and a dryer. Every night, no pillow, no blanket, no bed, no nothing. Every night, the laundry room was my room. My uncle, Kevin, remember his name, Uncle Kevin used to sleep in my bedroom, in my bunk bed set that my grandma bought for me. My grandma gave my bedroom to my uncle. So I couldn't sleep in my own room because she had my uncle in my bed. So I was like, what? Like, my life was a living hell. Like, my life was a living hell, y'all. It was like I could not be peaceful in that one household. I could not live in that household another day when I turned 17. When I turned 17, I ran the fuck away and I was not looking back. I said, I don't give a damn what happened. I don't care. I ain't going back in that household. When I hit 17, I left. And that's when I went to the Job Corps and left. I left. I couldn't take no. It's more to the story. It's more to the story. It's a lot. It goes on and on and on. I've been with my grandma since birth. I've been on and off between my mother and my grandma. I've seen abuse everywhere. Like, mentally, everything is inside of this one body from the time I was a baby on up until now. And I still got all that shit, all that stuff built up inside that I don't show, that I talk about. You know, so I let people know, like, the kids that were being abused by their mom. I can relate to that shit. But I wasn't in handcuffs. My grandma didn't put us in handcuffs. I did run away. I had to run away. Thank y'all for all the gifts. I appreciate it. I had to get away because it was so much. Like, my grandma had more power over me than she had on the rest of them. My sister left because she was 15 when she got pregnant. That's why I told y'all it's a long story. My sister was 15 when she got pregnant. And my grandma treated her like a queen. My grandma treated her like she was that itch. She was 15 and pregnant. And my grandma took her out to eat, made sure she had everything she needed to want. My sister could never get up and clean, do nothing. My grandma didn't want to pick up a broomstick. I had to go pick up the broomstick. I had to go clean up. Then when my sister gave birth to my nephew Zaquan, who was the one taking care of the goddamn baby when my sister go to school? When I get off the school bus, I got to take care of the baby. I was taking care of the baby. At nighttime, my sister didn't want to get up with the baby. I was up with the baby. I was taking care of a baby that I didn't even have no kids at the age 15. At the age, my sister was 15, my brother was 14. I was 13 at the time. I was 13 taking care of my sister's baby. Because she didn't want to get out of bed. She was lazy. And then come to find out, when she hit 16, she got pregnant again. So, like, everything in my household was crazy. Like, my whole life was messed up. Like, I didn't get the chance to enjoy life. When I got 17, I ran away. I felt free, but I felt lost at the same time. Because guess what? Let me tell y'all the truth about something before I end my life. I couldn't see the world on my own because I never knew what the world looked like. Because I was always locked down in a house underneath my grandma 24/7, couldn't go nowhere. I was never free. I never seen the big blue sky because know what? I never focused on the big blue sky because I'm always in a household locked down like I was in prison and couldn't get away. And then when the day I went to school and I got away from her forever, I did whatever I could to take my chance to leave from school to get away from everything I was going through in that household. And I did that. Because why? Either I stayed and keep on getting the abuse that was going on in the household towards me and die, or somebody would have got hurt. Because, you know, after all the stuff that built up inside of me, I was angry enough to spaz out on anybody. Like, I was just, all right, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. You know, like, my grandma busted the blood out of my fucking mouth because my sister snuck the boy, her baby daddy, in the house the night before. And she knew about it. She gonna blame me. Kiana gonna say, oh, it's me because she brought the boy in the house. What? You brought the boy in the house. You're the one having sex in the house, not me. So she was like, oh, yeah, so you had a boy in the house. I said, it wasn't me, it was her. My grandma believed her over me. My grandma took the keys, y'all. Let me show you something. You see this right here? My grandma took keys like this. She balled the keys in her hand and she sucker punched the fuck out of me, dog. Blood gushed everywhere on the walls. Blood was everywhere. So I look at the blood on the wall. That was like a blood call right there. I said, I'm leaving. She said, where you going? Because if you leave out here, you're going to be dead. And I was like, I'm leaving. Because I got fed up that she had the key in her hand. She balled them. She popped me in my mouth in blood whenever my sister would stand there and look at it. And she went back to the kitchen. My grandma was cutting up collard greens that day. My grandma was cutting up the collard greens. She was like, you know, I'm tired of you lying to me. I'm tired of this and the third. You this and that and the third. You ain't nothing but trouble. Da, 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 blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking at my sister like I was about to take her whole head off because I was mad with her for lying on me. So let me tell you how my grandma worked. After she bust me in my mouth and the blood was everywhere, she gets me in the car. She said, let's go. Where we going, Grandma? We going to the store. I need to get a newspaper. The item was only 50 cents during the time. We gets in the car. Let me tell you how bad it hurt her for her busting my lip. My lip was hanging. My lip was hanging because I couldn't go to school that day. But she still sent me to school and told them that I hit my lip on something. My lip was hanging and you in the car. You're driving in your red Escort to the store. You're saying to me that you're sorry for hitting me because you knew that Kiana had let the boy in the house. You tell me that while she's at the house, while we in the car riding, that you're sorry for busting me in my lip. I'm looking at my grandma like, and then you're going to give me 50 cents to get me a nab? That's what she called it, a nab. She want to give me 50 cents to go get a nab out the store so I can feel better. But to be honest with y'all, I was hurt. I was still crying on the passenger side of the seat when she said she was sorry and she knew that my sister let the boy in the house. But still managed to keep me on punishment for it. Like, still treated me like a piece of shit. My mama and my grandma did me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I love my grandma because of the fact that woman gave me everything in life that I could ever imagine. And that's basically strength to be alive. You know what I'm saying? So people don't really know. Like, my grandma is an inspiration to me and I love her to death. But my grandma did give me hell like my mama did. But you know what I said? It made me stronger. It made me wiser. It made me who I am today. A strong mother. Because looking at my children, I would never harm my children. The way I was harmed. The way I would never do that shit, yo. Never. I would never want to see blood come out of my kid's mouth. I would never see my kids being punched on or hit or slam in the door. It hurts me even when one of them smash their finger in the door. I be want to cry. You know what I'm saying? So people don't understand Nika. They don't see Nika. They don't understand me because they're not knowing nothing about me but just what I talk about. But what I'm talking about today is some real shit. I've been there. And I went on my last, when I left, excuse me, I was on my last. And one thing I can say, when she died, it was hard to see her dead on that bed. Because that was the woman that raised me, but that was also the woman that abused me too as well. And I let go of everything we've been through because of death. Because when she passed, I was like, you know what? It's all over, but it's still not over because mentally, it stays right here. It doesn't go anywhere. So, with my children, I always tell them, hold on. Oh, y'all, excuse me. Every time I think about my grandma, I think about my life. I think about my children. It's hard on a mother. It's hard. Like, I know my grandma was a mother to her children, and she raised her kids, all 7 of them. And she raised her grands as well. But to be a mother, it's a hard job. And it's worth it. Like, because without my children, I don't know where I will be. Like, I will be lost somewhere out here in the world. Like, well, damn, I'm back to stage 1. So what the internet doesn't see with life itself as being a mother, a real mother, it hurts a real mother when something like this happens. So when I get my kids back in my care, I promised myself to my children I would never, ever put them in a situation like this again. Because it hurts. It hurt. I'm telling you, it hurts like yesterday. When I sat and I hold Taisha, I was just like, Lord, it shouldn't have been this way. It should have been the way it should have been with me. Because I'm not doing anything to harm my children the way I was harmed. When I was a kid, I was abused. And I know what abuse is. I know what it is. I've been there. I've been through that. So it's hard. Like, my grandma dead and gone, and seeing her dead, like when it was time for me to say my goodbyes to her, she couldn't talk. She couldn't say anything. So she had her thing in her mouth, her breathing, her tube down in her mouth. She wanted to say something to me, but she couldn't. So I don't want it to be like that with me and my children. I don't want to be on my dying bed and my kids can't get the last word out of me, or they can't say, okay, mommy, I love you, or I can't see that moment. You know, so like, I want to be there from the beginning to the end with my children. I want to let them know, regardless of the situation of anything I may be going through, that mama gonna always love y'all. Like, it's never a dull moment in my house. It's never, I'm trying to prove a point to the internet. It's never that. It's always nothing but love. And the world was just too mad to see the love that I had for my children. Hold on. That shit crazy though. Because everything's starting to fall into place. I thought about that. Well, like that. I got a lot of stuff on tonight. I just want to move and just start all over, but I can't. It's hard. Shit hard. Like, how can you just be in a home where you got a bullet hole in the window, your kids coming back home, do you feel safe? No, you don't. How can I just get away? How can I just actually say, okay, I can do this, but I have to then won't depend on nobody to do anything for us? But sometimes I lean into the internet and just ain't gonna think it's an easy way just to get off. And sometimes sometimes it could be. You never know who watching. You never know if nobody feels the way I feel. Nobody never knows. Like, oh, well, damn, Nika came out there and told the story. She's all over the internet. It's the reason why God got me on this internet. But it's the reason why I'm not trying to put y'all in jeopardy. Is what I'm trying to say. Because, like she said, you label it social media, but social media still can be bad at the same time. It's me, so how is it going to be bad with the kids? See, that's the difference. It's the difference. So it's just hard. Like it's very hard for me. It's hard. Like it's hard. I'm back. I had to calm down for a minute. I had a lot going on today, and I had a lot of stress on my body. Lately, since I had Sa'Asia, I was going through the breakdowns. Like every other damn day, I was going through the breakdowns and the mixed emotions and all that good stuff that comes with having a baby. You know, like life. I gave life, and I gave life to Sa'Asia, and I never thought that I would have got my baby taken away from me at 3 weeks. I mean, and she's 2 months. And I look at her yesterday, like, where's the time going? Like, I didn't get the chance to actually watch you grow like I watch my other ones, you know. So it's hard on them other. I wanted them 2 months to be home with me, you know. Like, you took the baby off the titty at the wrong time. Like, for real. I just got a lot on my chest that I don't really show people, because, you know, people try to judge you when you cry. They think because you cry you want something, or they think because you cry because it's fake. No, it's all real. Like, I'm a real one out here. I don't got time to be trying to be crying for no reason. Like, God dodged the bullet. Yo, I could have been dead. Naya could have been dead. One of my kids could have been dead. By the grace of God, we still here. We all could have been gone that night. But God dodged the bullet. So it's a lot that I go through that I don't talk about. But my childhood life did took a total effect on my life, and I'm not afraid to open up about anything that I go through, because I'm human just like anybody else is. I'm walking in flesh like y'all are. And I just thank the Lord to be alive, like, every day that I am here, because it's many days that I felt like giving up. This was way before I had kids. When I look at my kids, that's what gives me strength. That's what gives me hope. That's what gives me power. That's what gives me the ability to walk around here every day. To know that my kids got a mother who loves them and pleading for them to come home, and wanting them to come home and get back on this stove and cook a hot meal for them and say, okay, it's time to eat dinner. You know, it's been 2 months. Like, I want my babies home. And I want them home ASAP. That's what keeps me humble. I got Naya here holding me down, though. And Naya wasn't here. I don't know what would have happened. You probably would have heard about me on the fucking news somewhere. You know, sometimes people think they taking someone away from you because they're trying to free that person of feeling like that person is being harmed. They're not being harmed at all. If my kids was being harmed in any physical way, the school would even notify that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, yo, it's a lot of pain built up deep inside right here. And I'm not going to stay on the live as much longer, because I got a lot of tears rolling right now. I'm just going to be alone for a little bit. But it gets hard, you know. It gets hard. But I'm still standing. I'm still here. And I'm still doing what I got to do for the sake of my children, to fight to get my kids back. And it's just too quiet in here right now. I'm just used to Nana screaming my name or somebody screaming or something. But I'm gonna get off this live, y'all. I gotta probably go sit in my corner for a minute. Because what I do is, when I do get a little stressed out, I just sit in the corner, or sit in the kitchen or something like that, and just listen to the quiet house, and then I get up and move around and do something. But it's hard on me right now. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard on me, and I want to let my kids know I love them. No matter what happens, no matter the situation, whatever going on, I'm gonna get y'all back. I'm gonna make sure that y'all won't have to go through this ever again. And God got eyes. He sees everything. He knows I will never harm his children. So I'm going to see y'all guys later. Peace.